Last year, on returning from a spin in the Rover, I pulled on the handbrake and to my surprise it didn't latch as it should. It sprang back before finally catching. Interesting. The handbrake attaches a cable fed into the engine bay over two pulleys to the lever underneath the car. This in turn connects via a series of rods to the rear brakes. Simples. The cable and brake linkage look fine, so I'll need to remove the handbrake itself to investigate. Looking at the magic book of runes, this seems easy enough. What could possibly go wrong? Removing the brake warning assembly is straightforward. Loosen a bolt underneath and out she slides. Now I can see the rear fixing bolt and the brake warning microswitch. But where is the front fixing bolt? Despite my best efforts as a contortionist, I couldn't even feel the bolt, let alone get a spanner onto it. Time passed. And then I had an idea. I would ignore the manual and remove the handbrake piston in situ. But first I had to disconnect the cable from the lever underneath the car. So I've gone underneath here and I need to disconnect the clevis pin from the handbrake cable. I managed to undo it and then the split pin would not come out, and then I realised it was the wrong clevis pin. Would you believe it? It's actually this one, which makes sense as it goes up to the handbrake cable. This time round I managed to extract the split pin without any trouble, but guess what? I couldn't undo the actual screw thread part of it with a screwdriver, even when you used another screwdriver through it. But there are a couple of flats on this, and as it so happens, a 3/8 is a little bit too loose, so I thought it would probably be a Whitworth size or maybe a BA size, but no, it's a 9mm. So fortunately I've got a 9mm spanner and I've managed to loosen that off, so this should all come undone fairly readily. So here is the proof of the pudding. If I can find okay, and give it a wiggle, a bit more of a wiggle. And there we have one released handbrake cable. And there we have one clevis pin. Right, so I just need to undo this bolt, which I have loosened. There's a spacer here as well. Okay. Where's that disappeared? There it is. Right, that's stage one. Goes into one tub. Entirely sure why, but that is going as far as that. Okay. Still okay, I'm going to have to investigate Right, here we go again. Let's see if I can get this.
Go on.
out.
Yep, left of it.
Seems
Right,
to be a
right, no,
little
left,
pin
left, right,
underneath
right,
it
left,
here.
left. No. Come on, come on, come on. It's there. Come on, it's there somewhere. That's it, that's it. No, no, no.
Should.
Backwards, forwards. No. Go on. Go on. Come on, you can do this.
Right. Which I cannot.
Oh yes, doesn't the manual say something about being careful of the anti-rattle spring?
Moved. Something has
Too late.
That's right. Okay, we'll put that there, and hopefully right. Not entirely sure. That looks to be the ratchet. This looks to be the cable, so let's see if I can unhook the cable. I have. We'll put a dinky close peg onto it, just to hopefully make sure it's not going to disappear. After I've taken the handbrake apart, I discovered that for some inexplicable reason, the 52-year-old torsion spring that holds the pole here and gives it tension had broken. So I then had to remove this pin, which after a bit of persuasion saw things my way. There were no springs available, so I've had to make my own spring. So I made myself a small jig, and I bought some 1mm piano wire, and then I wrapped it round a few turns to the appropriate angle, and that was it. This is one of the earlier examples, not the one I used. I then had to reassemble it with the original pin, and then with the help of a friend not too far away, welded the other end, and it's all nice and flush there. So we now have a spring-loaded pole. So when this is like so, it moves it out of the ratchet mechanism as required. Right. Let's see if we can reunite the handbrake. With the handbrake cable. So let's have a look at that. So that has to go in like so. Right, that's more like it. Okay, let's do that. Like this. And then I pushed it in all the way, not realising the cable had snagged, and it came off the pulley. So
Here is attempt number 2. So as can be seen, I've managed to reunite the handbrake cable. It's on the first pulley and it is on the second pulley too. So no drama this time round, which is a good thing. In place rather than the clevis pin, just to prove that it does actually work. And there's no light in here, but as you can see, we now have ratcheting action once more. I've got this far. I think the last thing to do, or one of the last things to do, is to actually reinstate the brake light to the mechanism, and that is held in, if you can see, I can get in, by this bolt here, which is just a 1/2 inch bolt, and this should hopefully, if I can do this one-handed, just slide in, and then you just do that bolt up, which I will do in just a moment once I have got the tool.